How are we? I bought this tree nearly a week ago now, over a week ago. And I've only found time to decorate it right now. So, it's time we talk about creative burnout. Side note, I'm trying to go with this bow somewhere between Caroline Polachek and the American Girl doll Samantha. And I think I ended up more with Bunny McDougal, which honestly I love. Love that bitch. So today we are decorating my tree. Thank you so much for coming along with me on this journey. And yes, I am talking about being burnt out because I feel it. And I feel like this time of year, it's the end of Q4, it's important to talk about. For those of you who don't know, my name is Vicky. I am an illustrator and art director in New York City. I live in Brooklyn with my dog and 2 cats. And I'm feeling really festive this year, so I'm doing vlogmas, which you are now a part of. Again, thank you so much. Like, subscribe, one of those, none of those, I'd appreciate it. I have my decorations here. I have my funny little eggnog drink and my funny little hyper-specific local cup. Let's get started. So a little about me before we get to talking about burnout. As I said, I'm an illustrator and art director. I have been very fortunate to work full-time in my craft for, it's gonna be 9 years. 9 years in New York City, and I worked for editorial media, which is how I describe it. Various websites, catering to different niches of culture, breaking news. I was there in 2016. And I have always worked in the art department, often as a full-time illustrator, which is not usually a job, or as an art director, which I am now. I oscillate right now between art director and illustrator. And I love my job. I really do. I'm really grateful I have a full-time job with health insurance. And right now, I am in a position where I can hire freelancers and help guide them. So it's a little bit of, you know, my own ego, practicing, showing off what I've learned. And also, it feels really good to collaborate with people. It feels good knowing when somebody's made a wonderful piece of art, like, you helped that. They made it, but like, I helped with that. I'm proud of that. But again, do you recall I said I've been doing it 9 years? And there are deep, deep set bags under my eyes because I don't even want to say recently, for the most part, I've been burnt out. And this year in particular, it is hitting hard. I got a new job at Geo Media, where I am the art director and illustrator. And I am a team of 1. Which, I don't know if you know anything about editorial media, that's not a thing. It's usually an art team. It's usually a creative director, art directors, graphic designers, sometimes illustrators. So a team of 1 is not a thing. However, again, I like my job. I get to hire freelancers. I do have independence, but it's a lot of work. This entire month has just been gift guides and editorial series and a project I have been so excited about that did require me to hire 5 freelancers. 5 freelancers for 23 portraits, dissecting the budget, making sure I manage everybody, making sure everybody gets paid, talking to different agents. It's a lot of small moving parts. And for a lot of last week, I was getting messages of like, hey, I sent the sketches, can you approve them? Just emails would get, let me put on these fucking lights first. emails would pile up, and I would miss one, and they were on a different time zone, and it sounds like I'm complaining about answering emails, and my job is more than that, but it just got to be so overwhelming. I felt like I broke a little bit. And to top it all off, I decided to add more to my plate this part of the year. I am currently an adjunct at SVA, teaching a course to seniors on essentially what to do after college. Resume building, portfolio building, how to network. It's my first class, and that means I'm flying by the seat of my pants. I am trying to teach them as much as I can, as succinctly as I can, and yeah, it's been fine. Yeah, I'd say the semester has gone pretty good. I think the kids like me. But again, I just chose to overwhelm myself. I wasn't the best at answering emails. Told myself, you know, it's my first semester teaching. I'll get the hang of it. I will have all the PowerPoints ready next time. But I don't know. It didn't. I wish I had done a little better in some ways. Also, would you believe, of course, for a class for seniors, part of this class I taught about taking care of yourself and self-care. And would you believe, burnout. I had a whole lecture about burnout and taking care of your body and the inevitability of it, but ways to cope. And I'm not even paying attention to my own information. What's up with me? My family always did the white lights on the tree. And I've never been a multicolored light person, but for this little tree in this little house, she's perfect. Okay, let's start with the ornaments. We're gonna start off with a good one. This is Chili. Look like he's a makeup thing. This is Chili. He is the mascot of Asbury Park, New Jersey. I'm not from Asbury Park specifically, but I am from the Jersey Shore. So he is the spirit of the boardwalk, if you will. An old god. Historically speaking, he is actually the real life brother of the Tickler in Brooklyn, so it feels connected. Hi there, Editing Vicky here to say that fact was very wrong. I don't know where I got it from. They were indeed not brothers, but actually based on the same face, the steeplechase face, based off of an actual person, George C. Tilly, who was the founder of Steeplechase Park in Brooklyn. And boy, what a face. Anyway. Excuse the radiator. Off you go. Off you go. You're dangling, it's fine. But yeah, right now I have not been getting sleep. Oh, and in addition to the class, in addition to the emails I'm not answering, and in addition to being so overwhelmed, I end up staring at the computer, unable to move, as opposed to getting things done. I also took on some freelance. I took on an exciting freelance project. I gotta stop. Okay, I think the radiator has calmed down a bit. Oh yeah, I took a freelance project in addition to all this. Little kitty cat. Because I guess I just love stress. I don't love stress. What I love is filling my time. It makes you feel alive. And I had this thought in the shower. Thank you. I had this thought in the shower. I'm trying to fill the space when there's not a person there. It's fucking deep. I know. It upset me. I'm trying to avoid there being a void. I am trying to avoid the darkness by filling it as much as I can. If there's not a person there, a partner, there's work. There's things to be done. There's ways I'm reinventing myself. It's morbid, but it's true. I guess I fear the idleness a lot. I'm sure you do too. So I want to do the most. I want to make sure I'm not wasting a moment, because I'm only young once and I'm in my 30s, and now's the time. So yeah, hell yeah, I'm going to do a class. Hell yeah, I'm going to do freelance work. Hell yeah, I'm going to make a vlog. But now I'm tired. I am not getting sleep. I'm stressed out. I don't care for the bags under my eyes. I've heard that water and sleep might help, but I don't know about that. And I am losing the joy I had for a lot of these things, and that sucks. Anyway, that's my spiel on that. So, I'm talking very off the cuff here, because can't plan how you put ornaments on the tree. I am single, and I've realized in the past few years how being with somebody I thought was gonna fill that void, right? I was loved. I always had somebody there, so there wasn't, even on my worst days or feeling shitty at my job, I could avoid those dark feelings, that emptiness of life. which is not true. Have you heard of depression? Cymbalta. But that's not true. And you shouldn't put all your stake in one person to find joy in yourself and your life, of course. Not that they don't help. So when I'm single, to avoid that idleness, to avoid that darkness, I put it into work. I want to do the most I can. I want to be successful. I want to do this. I would also call this curated stress. If I'm stressed about work and this and things I, maybe can't control, or things, I did this to myself, but I'm also getting stuff done. I'm not thinking about being alone. I'm not thinking about, I don't know, darker shit, I guess. That's not even true. I realized as a single person that I would often use relationships, romantic and friendship as well, as a means to feel that wholeness within myself, right? Who among us? I would actually jump from one relationship, being single for a little bit, to, okay, on to the next one, on to Tinder, onto this, onto that. And that has other issues in personal to me. We'll reveal at a later date, but just that there's some other issues there I have to deal with. But that's fucked a little bit. One person, or even a couple people, even your sweetest friends, do not determine your worth. They do not determine your value, your potential as a person. And yes, we know this, but I want to remind you. So when there was no person in the past few years, when I've been single and really reflecting on myself, of course I fill that with work. No idle time, just me making myself a better person, me making myself a more attractive person, me fulfilling all my goals, so there's no reason I should hate my life and I should be sad, right? However, and I'm dealing with my mental health off camera. Eventually, as I progress with this vlog, I'll talk more openly, but we just met. Also, look, it's my pets. This is Spider-Man and Pierogi. I will link down on Etsy where I got these. They're so cute. So I'm burnt out. Maybe you are too. And how the fuck am I going to deal with this? Because I can't change my job, and I want to keep teaching. See, that's the thing too about being burnt out. It stretches you. That's me, flailing. Now I'm burnt out. I also don't have time for the hobbies I love. I haven't drawn things for myself in a very long time. I was thinking, it's almost 3 years since I made my favorite piece of art ever, Taylor Swift Evermore for The New Yorker, 3 years ago. And I'm starting to feel very like, fuck, where did my illustration career go? Which is silly because I have an illustration career. It's just changed. I do more art direction now. It doesn't mean I've lost myself. It means it's just changed. It's very difficult when your body and your mind are just at their end, and you have to keep working and working and working, not to succumb to those thoughts of why am I doing so poorly? Why am I not doing better? I used to do better. I also used to be younger. So now, also Las Vegas. Went there in 2021. I drank the Kool-Aid. It was incredible. I loved it. I want to go back. There we go. So we're burnt out, we're tired, but we still have to work. What do we do? It's a little Donald Duck. Well, I can't be a hypocrite anymore and tell my students one thing and not do it to myself. Well, I can't quit work, and I want to keep my hobbies. And here's where we talk about that beautiful word, self-care. One thing I brought up with my class is, I'm a curmudgeon, just so you know. And I do get frustrated with the idea of self-care as only being, bubble baths and spa days and things that aren't, you do, and you just go back to the same old. And maybe you feel recharged, but the habits are still the same. Not that there's any wrong with a spa day or a bubble bath or just indulgences, right? But I would say we really have pivoted from the real definition of self-care, which I will put up here because I did put in the presentation and I can't remember it as I'm saying it, but it was a good one. It was a good one. Self-care is taking care of your body and your mind. And taking care of your body means not foregoing the basics, like eating. And I'm going to be very careful about how I talk about food on this channel. Of course, I understand personally how that can be very dangerous, how I word it. But I haven't been eating right. And by right, I mean, I've been having more girl dinners than full dinners, just out of time, just out of, the inconvenience of making food. I've also been drinking a little more. I say as I have my little rum thing. But I mean, I've been drinking, a little more excessively than I should. These are things I want to talk about when I say not eating right. I have this, not nourishing my body, I want to say. I roll my eyes at a lot of buzzwords, but it's the truth. Meals, water, and reducing my alcohol. I can do that. And sleep. Have you heard of her? This is me when I don't get enough sleep. I'm a little clown. I'm not 24 anymore. I'm not 22 anymore in college. I can't work at the capacity I did then. I can't do overnighters. That's part of my self-care too, is what are the new limitations for my body? Now at the beautiful age of 31, 32 in January, if anybody's wondering. Oh. See, speaking of which, this is baby's first Christmas ornament. Can you see it? It says it there. 1992. I cannot work at the capacity I did when I was younger. I also have juvenile diabetes, a disability, and my mental XYZs, they affect my body. So as opposed to trying to work like I did at 22, 24, why don't I just acknowledge my age, set new rules, follow them, and be a little bit more realistic overall. I don't have to do everything. I don't have to say yes to every project, which again, is something I told my class. The importance of saying no. I'm gonna say no to shit. As a team of one, it's hard, but just even saying no, this has got to be a stock image, which sometimes it has to be. I can't always make or commission a great piece of art. Some other things take priority. The joy of saying no, I gotta do it. And yeah, diabetes is a disability. I had a seizure once at work and went back to work. Why? I work for a capitalist hellscape. Why am I doing that? And I think it was the want to finish something, to get something done. And that's absurd. That's absurd. I know that. Why? I only have one body. I only have one life. Damn it. I'm maneuvering this around so it looks a little... Yeah, there we go. No. Look, now they're hanging together because they're brothers. Self-care is a nap. Self-care is eating. Self-care is taking a break. I haven't taken a vacation in a while, part because of my job, part because in my head I think, well, I'm not going anywhere, and if I'm here I'm just doing freelance work and this and that, but the break is still important. It is still, if you're still calling it a break, it can still be a break, right? The luxury of being able to do nothing. If I'm not going on vacation, if I just have a day sitting around, maybe doing laundry, that's a break. Doing laundry is self-care. I'm cleaning myself. I'm creating a cleaner space. And the vlogs have also been a very nice form of self-care for me. So you remember this cartoon, Sagwa? I was obsessed with it. I loved her so much. And now I have cats. Who are nothing like this. But she's going next to my cats. I gotta take a break. I gotta take a break. Like, the vlogs have been really helpful. I love doing this. This is really great, and I can feel myself with every video just getting a little better, understanding the audio a bit better, knowing what works, what doesn't. But the truth is, you can exhaust your joy, if that's the way to say it. You can become so involved in something, you lose the love. A huge thing, again, that I tell my class is monetizing the thing you love. Not that this is monetized. Making the thing you love public, consumable, requiring yourself to do it on a schedule, taking out a lot of the freedom you had with it. It does lead to burnout. It leads to you maybe hating it for a while. I miss drawing for me. I have not been able to draw for me. And that's okay. I shouldn't force it. I'll get back there. And with vlogs too, I am having a great time right now, but I know after a few videos, I will need to take a break. Next week, I have a friend coming in town who I haven't seen in a while, and the camera will be off. We're just gonna spend some time together, just photos, no videos. I am purposely taking that time off to be present in the moment. So that way I can also be like, oh man, that was nice. I'm ready to vlog again. I have, you know, I had that time off camera. I can now be on camera. Oh, also, this is Demi's. It says Demolition Turbo Time's first Christmas. That's her full name. And would you look at this? It's from Tuesday Bassin, who is this great illustrator. She makes clothes, mostly she makes a lot of wonderful plus size clothes, all sizes, comfy clothes. And she also makes cute little like ornaments and accessories and things like that. Lovely, lovely illustrator. I met her once. This video might just be me rambling, but I'd say that's self-care. Just letting yourself be authentic and not worrying about totally worrying about my presence. See, that's the benefit of where I am now with this YouTube. There's no expectations. I do have that freedom. I have to watch myself if I, you know, like, if I get bigger, what's gonna happen to my joy with this. I've worked at this job for 1 year, right? So I like to think that that year was my, you know, getting the handle of the job. I have a much better idea of what's going on. New year, I can start fresh. Let's talk about a break. I was gonna take a trip to Mexico in January, and I took off the time, and I ended up canceling it because I had bought the ticket on a whim to go with some friends who were already going. And I was like, man, the money isn't there. Just the amount I would have to save, and with boarding and with, you know, taking time off of this and that, and exciting things are happening for me next year I'll talk about eventually. So I canceled the trip, and in a bittersweet way that was self-care too, because I took care of my money. I wasn't stressing over money. But I still have that week off. And that was my first week off in like years. So it'll be a great time for me. Like, hey, if the rest of December is a mess, and if up until January 6th when I take off, I'm stressed out, at least I have something in the future I know I can look forward to, a break. Can't always take off work. Can't always fix life's problems. Can't control when you're having, I was going to say a depressy epi, because I call it that sometimes. When you're having a depressive episode, when your blood sugar is so out of whack, it's just wearing your body down. Can't always control that, but I do have some power in my life. I have a lot of power in my life. It's a matter of, you know, being resourceful with the things I have, the ability to take time off, the ability to say no, and using that to my advantage. And for you yourself, like, we live different lives. Totally fine. But I think the message I send to you if you're dealing with burnout is you have one body and you have one mind. And it's important to step back and assess what you really need. taking time off is like a futile thing to say if you really need that paycheck that week. Again, I have a full-time job. I have paid time off. I can do that. But are there places where you can take that mental break? Are you able to take a nap any time of day? Are you able to spend time with friends? Can you at least eat a full meal and drink water that day? If you're dealing with burnout, I hope that there is something you can do for yourself, even small, to just combat that. And if it's take a bubble bath and do a face mask and do nothing all day, hell yeah, I'm here for it. But you gotta listen to your body, and because your body will win in the end. Yeah, that was a lot of rambling, but I think I feel pretty good. This week I have lots to look forward to, and even like those small things to look forward to. Like, I just got a shipment in from Amazon that is the Green Mountain sugar cookie K-cups. Ugh, that was a disgusting sound, but I'm really excited. They are so good. I am looking forward to having a cup of coffee tomorrow. That is that. It's a small thing, but it'll help. It'll help me mentally a little bit. Fuck, I might take a nap tomorrow. I'll allot time for it. I'll figure out. I might have to work a lot beforehand, but I can maybe look forward to that little bit of time where I can rest. Yeah. Anyway, here's my little tree. Oh, one more. Look at this. It says, "Let's hear it for Santa." And it's Miss Piggy, and it's Kermit. And this one is from 1981. You see that? That is when my parents got engaged on Christmas Eve. Sponsored. That is when my parents got engaged on Christmas Eve. So freaking cute. I'm gonna go see my folks this weekend. It's my dad's birthday. Sagittarius. We're gonna do the Lita tradition of having ribs. And getting my dad a Jersey Mike's gift card. Nah, I'm gonna look for something nice for him. Something small to look forward to, you know? You see over here, this is, I think, the last thing I'll put on the tree. I'll put it over here. I have little stockings. I'm gonna hang them up. That have all my pets' names on them. Pierogi, Demi, Spider-Man. Yeah, Spider-Man. Kisses from Holland. From when I went to Amsterdam with my now ex and got food poisoning the first day. So I don't have many memories of it. That's what I like about ornaments. I'll point this out and tell that story again, and how on the last day we went into a shroom shop and saw Lizzo. What a time. It was 2019. But that's the nice thing about the Christmas tree, is revisiting memories, small memories. And that's something that's really helping with the burnout. Christmas this year feels right, feels good. Listen, for all my burnout, last year I was in a job that truly, I was at my lowest, hands down. It was also, the breakup led me spiraling, not because of him per se, but because my mental health. I was really struggling with my mental health. So all things considered with the burnout, I am doing so much better now than I am last year. And that's a small improvement. Last ornament I'm gonna put up is the Irish blessing. It was something we gave my grandmother. It says 2004. And she passed away about 10 years ago, and I miss her very much. And I'm not religious, but there's something sweet about the Irish blessing, the Irish prayer. May the road rise up to meet you. May the wind always be at your back. I wish that for you too. That's too heavy. You know what? We'll put it right here. Nice and high. Oh, and lest we forget the star. It's a little sea star from Joyzy. I love it. My silly little Christmas trees, and isn't she cute? Well, thank you for listening to me ramble. it is very late. But I can take some joy in the fact that I was trying to make this video all weekend. I was trying to make this video from when I got the tree. And we did it. Maybe a little self-care was not trying to stay up late in the night to dress up to get it done. Maybe the self-care was going the fuck to bed. And now it's done, and I'm happy. And I think this will be a good video. I hope. Anyway, have a lovely evening. Anyway, I'm gonna clean up all this shit that fell as I was trying to put the heavy ornaments on. I hope you have a wonderful evening. Please take care of yourself. Have a nap. Good night.